We're on gold, Jaime. We're on gold. Hey, Chris Undertaking out here. We brought the Royal Highbanker, and we're gonna high bank right here in this little creek because there's a tiny bit of water, so we're gonna have to do some things so we can run it and get some gold. And things we did. First, we had to dig a hole in the creek so that way we could collect water so we could run the pumps for the high bankers. But there was a lot of big rocks, and there was only a small trickle of water, so we were gonna have to dig this deep and big to make sure we have enough water to run the pumps. We would be running 2 high bankers. I was using the Royal Mini Highbanker, and Jaime had brought in his own machine that he had personally built. It was a sweet rig. Let me speed this up a bit. We had finished our pump pond, but we had one rock that was impeding the trickle that was coming into it. Luca gave it his best shot, and I even tried to throw in a hand to give him a help, but this thing was so suctioning deep, we had to remove some more muck to get it out. We got the rock out, the water was flowing, now it was time to set up our high bankers. The Royal Highbanker doesn't take long to set up at all, but since we had such little water running in this creek, I needed the water that was going to circulate through the Highbanker back into our pump pond. We couldn't let any water go to waste. With the setup complete, we ran one test shovel and we were ready to start running material. My dad started feeding material through that beast to get that gold. My dad and I worked our Highbanker, and Jaime and Kiki worked theirs. It was a beautiful day for digging for gold. But what about the kiddos? What were they doing?
No.
Hey, Luca, what are you doing?
We're rocking out. We're about to find gold with this thing.
Yeah?
They attack gold.
The kiddos were playing with their RC cars and digging in the dirt. I mean, what boy wouldn't want to do that? We had piled up a bunch of dirt that we wanted to run through our high bankers. A method I used to make the dirt run through the high banker more better was taking a shovel full of the material and dipping into the water, getting it nice and wet, and then throwing it into the high banker. It would process through the high banker a lot quicker and more efficiently where I didn't have to work the grizzly bars. So I'm already loving this because you can dig directly into it and it picks up all the rocks and washes them without smashing anything, which is awesome. Got your gold! It was time to see if we were on the gold. It was time for our first clean out. out complete. Let's see what we get. Oh, there we go. There's gold right there.
Here we go.
Yeah. We're on gold, Jaime.
Yeah.
We're on gold.
All right.
Look at that, see?
Oh, nice.
Boom, boom, boom. Whole bunch of them already. We didn't finish painting because we just wanted to make sure we were on the gold. We put all of our concentrates into a bucket and we were going to take it home and run it through the gold cube because there's so much black sand in this area and I didn't want to spend the time or effort to pan it out on site. I just wanted to focus on running as much material through the Highbanker as possible before we had to leave for the day. And we had a little help from Luna, our mascot and emotional support animal, giving us the motivation we need to keep digging. So me and my dad are starting run 2. It was time for clean out number 2, and Luca had the honors of doing it. Vinny, what are we doing out here?
Digging.
Digging for what, though?
Yeah.
Over there for what? For gold?
Yeah.
Okay. What are you doing?
Pooping.
You're pooping? Yeah, right there. Whole bunch of pieces. Boom, 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 boom. I was gonna say, we're getting gold. I mean, how much? I don't know, but...
Well, there's a lot more. This is a lot of sand left.
I was gonna say, I'm just gonna dump it again in the thing.
That's what I say.
Because I don't want to mess with it. So we got more gold, which is good. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I would hate for you to miss any of the gold that we find. Okay, so we're out here and we're getting gold every time we pan. We're not panning out here. We're gonna take it home and run through the gold cube because there's so much black sand that we don't want to have to sift through it. So it's very exciting. Let's see what Jaime got. He did a quick test pan of some of the material he had run through his Highbanker to see if he was on the gold as well. Bam, sis. Bam, 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 bam. Bam, 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 bam. And he got some nice color in his pan. Hey, so we're calling it good today. We got a lot of gold, we think. We're gonna pan it out at home and see what we got, but this Highbanker thing, pretty freaking awesome. It's now time for some McDonald's to head back and we're gonna pan out our results and see what we got. We took our concentrates home and ran it through the gold cube. This is one of the better tools that I have found that separates black sand from gold really well. We cleaned out the gold cube to see what gold we got. We just got finished running it through the gold cube. Now we're gonna pan it out and see if we got gold. I pulled out all the gold from the big pan and put it in a small pan so I could separate the black sand. This is where I pull out the magnet and I use it to separate the black sand from the gold. Now the moment you've been all waiting for. And we got quite a bit of gold. These videos and pictures don't do it justice because there's a lot of microfines in there as well. But we hit it big. Here's a better shot of the microfines. And that's a wrap. We had a fantastic time gold prospecting. We got a lot of gold. And it was our first time using a Highbanker. And I would call that great success. I'd be grateful if you liked the video and you followed me for more. I love that Highbanker. It's a little too exciting. I'm gonna have to bring down a little bit my energy when I get home. Thank you again for watching. Chris Undertaking out in heavy pans.